Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another mini episode of Games My Mom Found. A record-breaking mini, that is. And I am Mike Albertin, and who's watching numbers go up, 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 and up, and away with me tonight?
Hey, everybody. It's Kenneth Sanity, and my brain chemistry is going burr.
I am Joe Butler, and boy, aren't you glad I have this garlic in my back pocket? Wink.
Michael Colby, and there's sure is a lot of stuff on my screen.
Robert, and don't fear the Reaper.
I'm Nate, and I played Vampire Survivors, so you don't have to.
So we are here. You know, someone did not pull up a Wikipedia entry for the game that he's about to read. Huh.
Yeah, I have
One
no
should
clue
do
about
that.
this game either.
Okay,
Vampire Survivors came out, what year? 2021, right?
21, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Officially in 2021. I was playing it in 20 in the beta.
Okay,
Oh,
I think I
was
was
that the
too.
browser-based one?
No, it came out on Steam in like what do you call that?
Early access?
Yeah, into early
Yeah.
access.
How much was that?
Like $3. It was $1 cheaper than what it is now.
That's insane. I've always liked that it's just like $5. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I always start these off with our history of this game. So I had no interest in this game. An old friend of mine convinced me to buy it, and this was like the perfect Steam Deck game. And I have put over 100 hours in this game, easy, Steam tells me. And the first time I played it was I was outside a junkyard because we were picking up my mother-in-law's car got broken into, and we had to wait for a guy. And I remember I sat down, pulled out my Steam Deck, and started playing this game for the first time on a bench. That's my history of Vampire Survivors. Ken.
Oh, honestly, mine was like, I knew about the game. I played it. I played something in browser. It said it was Vampire Survivors, but I don't know if it was. Like, if it was early version, like early. And then I remember being pissed off because like everybody else was playing it and I wasn't. But then this finally released on Android, and I have purchased it on every system since.
Joe.
I remember when this game got really big. I want to say it was like right when everyone and their mom was talking about it, where it was, I want to say it was probably still in beta, or it hit or was about to hit like the main 1.0. I really don't remember. Even worse about that fact, I'm pretty sure everyone else here has. I haven't like officially 100% beaten this game. I actually can't get past the Grim Reaper on any level. So
There's only two ways to beat it.
I beat it as many times as I can.
And everybody here can tell you about it, I promise.
Yay! You have to get one of two different items. Otherwise you can't do it.
Yeah, and the shield and the time.
Yeah, you need the time lancet, which is both the rings and the stupid lancet thing, or you need the laurel that I never use, and the two ribbons, the right and left one. If you match all three of those out before the 30-minute mark, you will get a weapon that will help you actually kill the Reaper.
Or you can get both and make it real easy on yourself.
Yeah.
I've never done that because I hate both of them, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, you only once you get up to a certain point, you only need like 2 weapons to be cutting a swath of destruction through a level.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this game gets ridiculous fast. And
I mean, like, hand you your ass real fast, too. Like, if you're trying to do something specific.
Probably early on, the point where I'm at now, I like literally today, I just put the game down and let it play itself for a while.
The Colby strategy.
Well, it wasn't even like Queen Sigma, like for the money thing. I was just trying to get some of the achievements in the Castlevania thing. I'm like, I'm strong enough now. I've been playing for 20 minutes in this run. I just put the controller down.
Mm-hmm.
But my characters are all maxed out pretty well. So, and Nate, what's your history with this game?
I heard everybody raving about it. They were like, the best Steam Deck game. And I was like, I just have a Nintendo Switch and a phone. And then it came out on phone, and it was bad on phone with like the ads. So then I bought it on the Switch, and I played 5 hours of it the first night. And I was like, yeah, I could get into this. And then I never touched it again.
So you weren't kidding.
No, I was not kidding. Like, I was like, yeah, 5 hours went by really fast. I could see this being a thing.
And Colby.
Like I said, if it doesn't get edited out,
it won't.
I heard some people on a podcast talking about it when it was in early access. And I looked at it. I'm like, well, that sounds interesting. So I bought it. Like I said, it was like $3 at the time. And I got completely addicted to it. This is the type of game that like it's like how people who are addicted to doing like the slot machines, but without actually costing me a bunch of money, but it gives me that same rush of endorphins. So yeah, I can just I enjoy being able to load the game up, start it, get it to the point where I'm automatically leveling up. There is an option to do that from the beginning, but then you can't pick your own weapons either. But yeah, once you get going, you can just let it go, and it's like, oh, you're really good at this game, and it's like, I'm not doing anything, but I like feeling like I'm really good at this game.
No, that's completely fair.
So yeah,
Rob.
after I got it on Steam, I bought it on Xbox. I have it on my phone. I when it came out on PlayStation, I was like, I am not buying this on PlayStation. Ended up buying it on PlayStation.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I have it 100%ed everywhere.
And Rob, what about you?
My history is I heard about it first on this podcast. Someone mentioned about it coming out on the Android. So at work on my break, I checked it out and grabbed it and played it, and have been addicted since. Like, got it on the Switch. Haven't got it on the PlayStation yet, but all the achievements, like the artwork for this game is amazing. Like, it's great.
This game should not be as good as it is. So I don't like roguelike games in general, but there is something about this game that grabbed me and never let go.
I don't even know what roguelike was till this.
I never played any until this. I played Tony XX. I didn't like that, but that was it. That's different.
Yeah, that one was weird. I like the Ninja Turtles new one. That was pretty good.
Okay, this game was great up until everyone went, hey, we can make a game that does the exact same thing and tweak it a little bit. And then the numerous amounts of copies started to come out to where they're still coming out.
Look on the PlayStation Store. There's a game called Hoodie Survivor, and yeah, it's like 49 cents. Please do not buy it unless you want to spend 50 cents. Yeah,
there's a genre,
but like my brain synapses did not click, and I was like, Hoodie Survivor, like what the fuck is that? So I clicked on it, and then it is the worst thing I've ever seen, like ever put to a trailer. I was like, oh, it's Vampire Survivor, but like very lazy.
I bet you I can one up you on a worse version of this, and it's on Steam and it's free, and it's called Big Survivor, and it is. I'm looking up Hoodie Survivor right now, but yeah, Big Survivor is fucking awful.
What the fuck is this garbage? I looked up Hoodie Survivor. Okay, sorry. Looks like garbage.
I'm gonna watch the Big Survivor trailer here. That compare and contrast.
Yeah, I don't know that the trailer is going to do it justice. I think you have to play it to actually feel how bad it feels. But it is free, so you can do that.
Free's good.
I mean, and you can, like, one thing about this game that attracted me right off the bat is that you can tell that it wants to be a Castlevania game to start with. And, like, you can feel it in the way the characters are. They are essentially Castlevania characters with the names ripped off. Like, that's how they feel when you start this game.
Especially, like, the old, like, NES feel to it, like the 8-bit graphic looking.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, Ken, I know I've had you on a lot of times, but I never had you on for Castlevania. Are you a fan of Castlevania?
Oh, I love Castlevania games.
Okay.
Absolutely love them. I have listened to the episodes y'all have been putting out and just being like, man, y'all are wrong, but whatever. I really enjoy Castlevania. I've played all my anniversary collections and my Dominus collections and all of that recently. And it's not just Castlevania. Like, one of the main weapons in this game, garlic, can be evolved into something called the Soul Eater, and the visualization for it is the rune from Suikoden, for the Soul Eater rune. So, like, it's Konami overall.
Yeah.
Never put that together.
Glad somebody loves Konami, because Konami sure as hell don't.
They sure as hell don't.
No, they don't at all. And I mean, that was like one of the things that drew me with this game when I first played it, because the whole idea is that you run around, you kill little pixelated monsters that never stop spawning, and you level up, you get upgrades, and your upgrades are random. I mean, at this point for me, they don't feel that random because I have so many skips and so many rerolls where I'm just like, I can get exactly the build I want pretty quickly. But I also have like many fucking items unlocked at this point.
Yeah.
But somehow this game works. Like there's something about it that is just so much fun in its simplicity. Like when I first played it, I was like, Nate, I could not put this game down. And for the most part, I don't play it much anymore. It just if I get caught up with the show and I don't have anything else to do, I'll put on Vampire Survivors. Like today, I played it for 5 hours. Not because of this recording, but because I was caught up in everything else. I mean, I am not 100% of this game yet. I'm still missing one achievement from the base game and then a bunch of Castlevania achievements still.
Yeah, there's one that's hard on the phone. I haven't been able to finish the Friends one where you have to do the piano. For some reason, it doesn't work on the phone. I haven't been able to like touch the screen.
I can't remember what those are. There's so many different secrets in this game and just so much weird stuff. I mean, this game starts off pretty common. You have a knife, a Bible, the garlic. I don't even remember all the early stuff. You get a whip and you get another whip. Like it's all pretty simple.
The boomerang, the axe.
Oh yeah. You see, I don't use a lot of those early weapons anymore.
Oh, the axe. When the axe evolves, I think that's besides Soul Eater. I think that's the best weapon in the game. The scythes.
Yes.
That shoot out in a circle around you.
I never use the axe. That is not even at this point. Like I use the Bible a lot still.
The Bible.
I don't use the axe ever. I mean, unfortunately, I have like everything, so like it's different now when I play the game. But even then, like I've never been a big fan of the axe.
Hey, Hoodie Survivor is free on Steam. You don't even have to pay 50 cents for it.
Awful.
That's funny.
Seems wonderful. I do know, like, when this game came out, I'm part of a Steam Deck group. For a while, this was a Steam Deck game. And you're like, what game should I get? Every single comment was Vampire Survivors. Like, this is the Steam Deck game.
I feel like it's still the Steam Deck game. Like,
probably, but nobody talks about it.
People still recommend it. Like, if you go, I have a Steam Deck, people still mention it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be like what's that VR game with the lightsabers? Beat Saber. I think it's gonna be like Beat Saber for the Steam Deck forever. Because it is cheap. It's like a good way to get in, and with your Steam Deck, you're not always paying full attention to a Steam Deck game.
No.
So it's a good one to have on there.
That's completely
you really can't ask for much more portable than a game that lasts theoretically at most 30 minutes, and you're probably going to die before then.
Yeah.
In theory.
At a certain point, yes.
I haven't made it to the 30-minute thing. Like, I've heard that it just ends at 30 minutes, and I've never seen it. I die.
Well, the Reaper comes and murders you.
Yeah, the thing I was talking about.
Reaper,
yeah,
which you can never beat.
I was like that's what I was talking about earlier. Is that the Reaper? I still can't get past them. I've got at least a couple of hours in this too, so I'm not entirely sure what to do. But honestly, I'll try something if you guys, whatever you guys mention. So.
Like, it's weird because you can game this game a lot, and you can absolutely have multiple hour runs, which is insane because there's not much to do. Like, once you get past the 30-minute mark, it just starts over after you beat the Reaper, and it just keeps going. But I don't know, there's something about this game that just all of the other fakes and wannabes that I have tried, nobody comes close. It's incredibly balanced, but it's not. It's just so easy to cheese everything in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a power fantasy game, and a lot of the knockoffs. There are a couple that I really like that I can recommend if anybody cares.
Twilight Survivors. That one is good that you bought me.
Yeah, Twilight Survivors is great. God of Weapons is great. There's a lot of them that take the formula and then tweak it a little bit. Brotato is fantastic.
Brotato is really good.
But I think the thing is, there are some of them that try to make this a harder game, and that's the problem. The thing that's great about this game is that at some point you're unkillable, and that just makes you feel good because there isn't much to this game. It's just a power thing, and it makes you feel powerful, and it does that great.
But you see, it doesn't at first, Colby. Like, I feel like when you start this game, you're weak. It's just that me and you have too many hours put into it where we have all the upgrades and we're just like, whatever.
Yeah, but even when I get it on a new platform and I start over again, it doesn't feel the same. Like, when I first started playing it, I was like, yeah, this is really hard. And then, as I got myself built up. But now that I know how to build myself up, it doesn't take very long before I'm back to that power fantasy. Like, just like I said, it's like going to the slots and you win 80% of the time. It's like, oh, here come those good feelings because you're doing good at a thing, even though you're not really doing it. It's your brain tricking you into thinking that you're doing good at something. And sometimes that's what you need, especially now.
Yeah.
And there's so many achievements, so you're always gaining something. And early on, like I would finish a run, get some gold, get an upgrade. Now there are no upgrades to get anymore because I bought everything but banishing. Just fuck banishing. But like it's just, I mean, so it's always giving you that little hit that you need.
Yes, but then banishing is good because then you can banish all of those crappy Among Us weapons. You can banish the cats. You can banish the birds.
Hey, the birds are good. Don't you talk shit about those birds.
Yeah,
those birds suck.
I like the two birds and the green bird.
There are much better weapons that circle around you than those birds.
But they aren't birds.
No, they aren't birds, but they're scythes.
Don't you like little birds circling around you and shitting on your enemies? I
right now we got
like the birds. I'm not joking.
Around me.
I use those birds. There were a lot of runs where I would go with those birds.
Yeah,
not anymore because I have too many DLCs. But there was a good chunk when those birds were in my run every time I could get them.
Yeah, the first things that I banished were the birds.
Ken, how do you feel about the birds? Back me up.
Look, I think my most incendiary take on this game is that garlic is terrible. Unless you're playing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you were right.
After a certain point, garlic and a Soul Eater is worthless.
You gotta eat my butt.
No, he's not wrong. He's 100% right.
No, he is wrong.
No, I don't use garlic either. When I started, I liked it. It's not that great.
No, as the person who has spent 1,000 hours on this game, let me tell you that.
Look, just because you're playing it doesn't mean you're playing it right, man.
I mean, I've 100%ed it several times.
Me too.
I'm playing it pretty good.
Same.
The garlic is not like a late game weapon, but there is nothing better to get you through the first 7 to 10 minutes of a run than that garlic. Like it just evaporates bats. Anything that's shooting at you, the projectiles stop when they get to the garlic. So the projectiles will never hit you. That garlic,
and when it's evolved,
as long as it's not, if it's not your main weapon, the garlic is indispensable. The garlic is the best weapon in that game because it's more of a protection thing from smaller enemies and stuff like that. Like, obviously, if you're maining garlic, it's terrible. But as your, like, tertiary weapon, nothing beats the garlic.
I prefer the Bible.
The Bible's also good.
The Bible's great, especially when it's evolved. But it takes a long time to get there.
My issue is I have that duplicator already upgraded all the time because I have so many stats. Like with the Bible, when the Bible comes out, it's like 4 of them are already spinning around me, and I always grab duplicator. So like I haven't won for the garlic in a long time in this game. So I don't consider it. I mean, it's good when you first start the game. I don't think it's good as you start unlocking more and get farther in the game. I still use the magic wand a lot. I still have a soft spot for that weapon.
Everyone's got a soft spot for their favorite weapon.
My favorites are in the Castlevania world, which I don't want to talk about yet, but those are my favorites.
I don't have any of the DLC.
Aw.
Should really buy those at some point.
You should buy 3 of the 4. You should buy, how many are there? 1, 2, there's 5. You should buy 4 of the 5.
Yeah, you can buy all of them except for the Among Us one.
I like Among Us. I think they're funny little guys.
But in Vampire Survivors, it not only doesn't fit, but it's the weapons are also real stupid
and ugly.
They're stupid but powerful.
Yeah, but they're ugly
right now. And it's great. It just whips out all the enemies.
It bothers me because it doesn't fit the aesthetic. That's my issue. A dumb issue, but that's
Contra does.
I don't use Contra either, for the record.
Yeah.
I don't use Contra. I don't use Among Us weapons unless I am in those levels. Any other level, I will not use them for some stupid reason in my brain. I only use those levels and those weapons in that particular level.
The one Among Us weapon that's good is the vent one that when it evolves, it sucks all the enemies out of the screen. That thing rules.
Don't like it.
Where's
I don't like
on sale
a
right
single
now?
Among Us weapon.
Nah.
I know I'm not right, but they don't fit the game that I want to play. Again, this is me being dumb. I really have a soft spot for the vibe of Vampire Survivors with like the theme of everything, not really including the DLC, but like what the game itself is. So Among Us just kind of makes me uncomfortable because it doesn't fit the theme that I want to play.
No.
The weapons are not bad. Like there's some decent stuff in there, but it isn't what I want, so therefore I don't use it.
It's like in the regular game of Vampire Survivors, like you have to chase a ball of bodies. It's just a ball made up of freaking bodies.
That
like
fucking bone thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Love it.
Awful.
Isn't there like a
Hard achievement.
no? Isn't there like a what is it called? Like a tree you can become, and the tree doesn't move at all either.
Yeah, the
It moves
tree
barely.
does
Yeah.
move just
You can
really,
unlock a tree.
really slowly.
And you can unlock some crazy shit in this game, Joe. Like
Yeah.
especially when you get into DLC, they go nuts.
You know what? Ken is right because I caught that just now. I'm trying to figure out how to get the fucking rings. The fucking clock lancet evolves into the infinite corridor,
Mhm.
which is the stupid thing from fucking Castlevania 64
Yep.
and the
What?
anime.
Oh, that's in Castlevania 64. That door they go into in the third or fourth season.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the plot of Castlevania 4. You're in a technically a
Really play
roguelike.
64 someday.
I looked it up because I needed to understand references.
Yeah, you don't need to play Castlevania 64.
My goal is to play every Castlevania game. That is a Castlevania game.
Have
I have a
fun.
lot of goals I might never get to, but they are still goals. So I have a goal of 100% Vampire Survivors. Yet.
That's easier than you think it is, I promise.
No, I know it is.
You
I
have to
just
banish some weapons.
I got Castlevania achievements to still get, so I haven't finished all those. I beat the DLC, but I didn't do all the other stuff that gets added. And another thing that makes this game so addictive is as you play through the levels. I mean, there's a few different levels in the base game, a decent amount, but they're all pretty much the same thing. One big giant left or right or up and down area that just kind of never ends. But you do have like mini boss monsters that spawn that will then drop chests, which is how you evolve your weapons once you level them up enough and you get the corresponding passive weapon that helps them upgrade. That's the basics of this game.
Yeah, and let me tell you right now, the Vampire Survivors wiki, it's going to be your best friend if you start playing this game.
Mm-hmm. You need it. That's what I'm doing now for my last bit of achievements. So
I don't know if I'd say you need it, but it definitely makes things easier.
Yeah, it definitely turns it from probably playing for 40 hours to get everything done to like 10 hours to get everything done.
I want to ask if everyone has like a favorite character from the base game that they just couldn't stop using. And
Play
I'll
the
go
old
for it.
man.
Which one?
The old man.
Poe?
Poe,
The old man
yeah.
with the garlic?
Yep,
Same,
that's all I ever use. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Nate, what about you?
The Imelda, I think I used her the most.
Oh, with the wand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good.
I don't know. I'm not very good at this game. I won't
No,
lie.
you're fine.
I play a ton of roguelites, and this is like by far the most obtuse one for me to like wrap my brain around.
I don't know. Go ahead, Mike.
For me, it's Pugnella, the fake Bayonetta. That one, she is my girl. Don't know why, but I do fucking love those guns, though, too. Like,
Okay, so the guns are very similar to the birds in usefulness. So, like,
I
I'm seeing a
agree.
pattern.
you use the guns with the birds a lot of times.
Of course you do. That's good range, though. Good range.
It's
And then
also
you
a
have to
Bayonetta
get
joke.
the Bibles to help defend her, but I really do love those guns. I've actually played it with just those guns before. They are good to me.
Once those guns are upgraded, they're great. But when they're just in an X, that is a frustrating weapon to use.
I disagree.
How many guns are there, Mike?
I wasn't going to make the joke, but since you...
Yeah, you were. You wanted to.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about it, to be honest with you. I completely forgot. It's been a while, but since you asked, 2 guns, bitch.
There we go. Keeping it alive in 2025. Let's go.
Let's go.
And Rob, do you have a favorite character so far?
The one like monster type, he's kind of, I don't know his name. He's got like the the red robe type thing. He's hunchback. He's got like parts like attached to him or something.
You remember his starting weapon?
He's got like the dogs that come out and freeze people after, and he has like that fainted skull in his background. Sometimes when you evolve him, he gets real big. Sometimes he stays small. Like
Oh,
I don't
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
you get him after you beat the Reapers, I think.
Oh, okay. It's not showing up on my list of characters.
Middle of a game, I could stop it though and check it out. What his name is.
That's fine. It's not that important. I was just. It's not that.
It's either Red Death or more.
Oh yeah, you do get so many bonus characters in this game too.
Mike, you know your favorite character is Bayonetta, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I like her. I don't have a real reason to what made it where she became my character, but she just did. And I used her constantly. Whenever I would just go and get achievements, she would be the character I play as. And I haven't really I never really switched it up because I have almost all, I have all the characters from the base game just about. So I'm only missing like a couple of the secret characters from the regular game, not including the Castlevania DLC. I have everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm missing one with the uppercut somebody, it says. I never did that. I just couldn't get it to work.
Oh, I don't remember how to do that.
You have to hit 2 different keys after you kill a Reaper that's a non-red Reaper. You press up in like A or up in B or something they said to do with the controller right as you kill them. They're supposed to grab across and hit the buttons right away. I've never been able to get it to work. And I just don't care.
I think on the phone I would put a code for that.
Yeah, there's absolutely a spell to unlock that if you don't feel like messing around with it. And the same goes for everything. You can just unlock it by typing in something.
Not for everything.
Most everything.
A good amount. Of the secrets you can, but not for some of the base characters, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while.
I'm pretty sure you can. I think if it's not unlocked from jump, you can unlock it with spell.
It's most things.
Oh, okay. That takes away part of the fun.
Wrong. I was wrong, though. Papaya? The one with the mana thing that goes up and down?
Oh, yes. The Song of Mana.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yep, she's amazing.
But
I would also use that spell a lot with the Bayonetta girl because it would help. It would cover the up and down for me.
Yeah, yeah. And if you would have picked somebody with a better starting weapon, you wouldn't have to do that, though.
I don't know what it was about her guns that they were just my thing.
You know, I'm just giving you a hard time, Mike.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. The guns aren't the best. I know that. I just really like them.
Yeah,
guns are cool.
The problem is that the guns, when they're evolved, are amazing. Those guns are one of the best weapons in the game once they're evolved. But until you get them evolved, man, they're annoying to use.
You have to move your character a lot. And you have to really get angles right for clearing out an area that you want and then going that way. She's not a character you can just sit with at first. Like, you got to be constantly thinking about a pattern.
Yeah.
Where you're going. And I don't know. Just something about her just spoke to me. I don't have a good answer for this one.
I'm sure there's good synergy builds and goofy stuff like that. It's all good.
I mean, there is a lot to this game. And like the passives. So for me, I have a soft spot for the spinach and the duplicator every run. I try to get both of those because spinach makes your attack stronger, and the duplicator makes more projectiles, whatever item you're using.
Duplicator works real good.
I just make sure that whatever, like if I can't get the ones that evolve the weapons that I'm using, I just try to skip past them. It irritates me when I don't have. Usually 4. I usually keep my weapon, the weapons that I have down to 4, and I always make sure that I can evolve all 4 of those weapons while I'm going, or else I'll skip past passives for forever.
You guys use a lightning ring a lot?
I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Me too.
That thing evolved is awesome, and it makes great noises.
Yep. The chain lightning is probably one of my favorite weapons in the game.
Okay. I'm always curious to see if, like, one weapon that I don't like, but I used to use it a lot was the fire wand.
Oh, I love the fire wand.
Fire wand's good.
I
Fully
use it a
upgraded,
lot.
it tears through things.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if you combine it with a book that decreases your cooldown. You're constantly just shooting out just massive fireballs at everything. It's just the best.
It's such a good game, and it's fun to hear stuff about, like, for the guys that haven't finished it. Like you mentioned, that big giant skeleton ball that gets bigger and bigger as the level as time goes on. I had a hell of a time trying to get that achievement. Like, I forgot all about that thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of cool to hear it. Like, And Nate, I'm hoping that after talking with us and hearing us, like this will get you to go back to the game a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's a good throw on. I mean, you probably have other games for that, but it's a good throw on game while you're doing something else.
Yeah, like I love me some roguelike games, like Binding of Isaac, Slay the Spire. Those are my top two. But this one, I don't know. There's just something about it. I've tried to like get into it. I don't know if just the secrets are too obscure to like, really go for. And Binding of Isaac has a lot of obscure secrets in that game, but it presents itself like, oh, hey, you need to get to floor 5 and beat mom in that game. And in this one, it's like, I don't know, just wander the map. So I don't know.
See, I always looked up what to do for all the secrets, and like when I would see a achievement, I would look up what to do.
Yeah.
And
That's
also,
how I still play.
If you pause the game and look at the map, there's a question mark. There's a question mark where the thing that you need to get to like sort of clear the level is.
Yes, but sometimes it makes zero sense. Like there's one in a tower that the question mark is not where you actually have to go.
Yeah, I know,
I'm picking the obscure one, but some of those are simple, but there are, like, as I got farther in the game, there were a couple that were very confusing to get.
Well, that one that you're talking about is close to the question mark, and it also has a glowing aura around it. So it's not that bad, but it might also be, I mean, I can see people not liking this game, and I think me and Nate's brain chemistry are different because I've tried to get into Binding of Isaac a bunch of times and I couldn't get into that one. So maybe they're sort of opposite pole. Like you either have the Vampire Survivors brain or the Binding of Isaac brain.
There might be
it's the religious
to
trauma
that.
for me.
I feel like it ends in something like some form of tism, possibly. I don't know.
No, like seriously though, my wife does not play Vampire Survivors, but will spend hours on Isaac, and I can play hours of Vampire Survivors, but I just suck at Binding of Isaac so bad.
Yeah, I think, and it's not. I love roguelike games, but I like the side-scrolling ones normally. I like Rogue Legacy and like Neon Abyss and stuff like that. So
Neon Abyss. That's a good one. Yeah.
Neon Abyss rules, and I don't think enough people have played it, but yeah, I just think it might be a brain thing, and it might be a tism thing, because Lord knows I have that.
And I don't think it's a bad game. Like, I think it's got the loop,
Mm-hmm.
I just personally think, like, when I play it, I'm just like, I don't know, like for Binding of Isaac and Neon Abyss, Slay the Spire, there's a clear goal they want you to go for. And then Slay the Spire doesn't really have secrets, but, like Neon Abyss, did you ever find any secrets in that, Colby?
Not really. And I cleared that thing a bunch of times.
Yeah, same. Like, I don't think I ever got to the final boss on it, but...
Yeah, I did, and I did, like I said, Rogue Legacy too, and I never really found any secrets in that either. So I think those are just more straightforward.
Yeah.
And this, once you understand what you're doing, it is pretty straightforward, but it's also a little bit annoying to get to the point where you know what you're supposed to be doing.
I mean, and there is an end to this game. Like, you can beat the game. Like, there actually is a final boss.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not simple to get to.
There is for now. Like, I feel like every time there's a new DLC, there's a new, like, world-ending threat that somehow comes to the base game.
Oh, have they done? See, I got this game in beta, but I didn't really play it till later. But I know they added, like, because I'm thinking like the Grim Reaper boss, where you fight all the different Reapers kind of together into where they turn into a Megazord.
Oh, the Ender? Yeah.
Yeah. Did that get your attention, Joe?
Not fun.
Yeah, I made it.
The big boss fights, I think, are the least fun thing, because a lot of times, like especially with that Ender, it doesn't let you die, but it still takes forever to do. Yeah, and it's like, all right, well, I guess this is what I'm doing for the next like 8 minutes. It's not fun.
Totally wasn't playing Vampire Survivor in the background.
I purposely left my Steam Deck over at the couch, and if I start Vampire Survivors up on my laptop, I'm not going to hear anything that anybody says, so I can't do that.
If I would have brought my Steam Deck down, I would have been playing it Well, I would have just put it in rest mode and let it just sit there and make me money, but if I bring it downstairs.
Well, it works with my ADHD, so I can sit there and play that and have a movie going, and hell, probably
That's what makes it perfect. So I mostly don't play it a whole lot because I'm constantly playing so many other games for the podcast, but there was a point where I got ahead for a week, and then I played this game nonstop because I had bought all the DLC, and I hadn't touched the DLC really. Like I played the first one, and I kind of just stopped. So then I went through and beat them all, and then I ended up behind on the show. Damn, and it was because Colby was talking about Vampire Survivor somewhere. I'm like, oh, I should play that again, and then I just couldn't stop because there was numbers to tick, there was achievements to get, and now I'm at the point where like there's achievements for the Castlevania DLC, and so I still have that thing to do. Once they're all done, then I'll lose interest.
Until the next one.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I mean, can they top Ode to Castlevania though?
Oh, 100% they will.
Yeah, the way that they're talking about the next update, it's going to be huge. And the update, they did a couple of big updates. Like when they went to 1.0, it was a big update, and then they changed engine, and that was a big stir up as well. And I think the way that they're talking, that they're going to do another one of those. And yeah, it's the fact that they can sell this for, what is it, $4 now?
Yes.
This $4 game that goes on sale constantly. I always see it on sale. And they make enough money off of it to just constantly update it and do all of this stuff, and then actually start working with Konami to get like DLC for this stuff. It's amazing. And it goes to show you what you can do if you make just a good game instead of having to spend millions of dollars and hundreds of people making a game that flops in 2 weeks. You don't have to do that. You can just make a fun game. People like fun games. They don't have to be money-making machines, because if they're fun games, then they become money-making machines.
I have said this multiple times on this podcast, so I can be quoted on it. I could care less about the ass sweat that happens on Spider-Man. I just want games to look like Silent Hill 3 and 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2 from the PS2. That's as high as any of my graphics, honestly, and I'll be fine forever.
So don't lie. We all want to look at Spider-Man's ass sweat.
I do, but not if it takes 5 fucking years.
Also true. Just give us the ass sweat in the movies.
And then no one's happy. Everyone's fucking upset because there's fucking Puddlegate and fucking Spider-Man PS5.
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
The haptics of Spider-Man moving when he has ass sweat, you feel that on the DualSense, changes your life.
Feel the ass sweat dripping onto your hands with that.
Yeah, it changes your life, man.
Speaking of ass sweat, they need to make a new Rumble Roses, because I want to see the ass sweat in a Rumble Roses game.
God,
I forgot about
going back to making money for this game. Like I said at the beginning, I think it's amazing that they can it's such a low barrier of entry. Like if your friend is like, dude, I've been playing Vampire Survivors all weekend, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Do you go to Steam to look it up? And you're like, $4? Like, yeah, I'll buy it and try it. You know, so what are you out? $4 if you don't like it. You know,
I've gifted this game to at least 7 people. Because they'll be like, oh, I see you're playing that Vampire Survivors a lot. What is that? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you. Here it is. And 90% of them enjoy it.
I wish Bellatra was that cheap so I can just buy it from people.
Yes, I also wish Bellatra was cheap enough to gift around.
See, I'm okay that it isn't, because you guys might have bought it for me, or I might have bought it myself. So I'm strangely okay with that.
Wait, do you not have Bellatra yet, Meg?
No, I don't want it. Simple reason. I still play Marvel Snap every day. So
we can get Mike off of Marvel Snap.
No, you can't.
He's put too much money into it.
Ken's not wrong. Okay, I'm stuck. I give him $15 every month. I can't quit that drug. I mean, I gotta make it worth it.
Coke, it's cheaper.
I don't know about that.
Bellatra $15 once and play it forever.
So the Vampire Survivors, they did release a couple DLCs. I don't think there's a whole lot to say about. Because the first one with Legacy of Moonspell, which that's the one that added the big open mountain, the first really big open world map that we got.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I don't really, sometimes I use some of the weapons from there, but it's not my Not my favorite, but sometimes I mess with it.
The
I think
108
the
bocce,
Moonspell-
best.
Oh, yep, you're right.
I think the Moonspell weapons are the best out of the DLCs. And they're also, those first DLCs are the only ones that have achievements attached to them. All
That's
the other
because they're
DLCs
not. I read this somewhere that the reason why like the Contra and the other ones don't have it is because the creator doesn't want to have achievements locked to something that'll eventually go away.
Yeah.
Because eventually Among Us, Contra, Castlevania, they're all going to go away.
Oh, okay.
No.
So, I mean, it won't matter if
I'm
you own them.
assuming if you own them, you can keep
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
but
They're not,
Yeah.
they're going to go off a sale.
they can't trust that the companies won't go, oh, nah, you didn't pay us $1 million.
That makes
So-
sense. That makes sense. I also like that it doesn't have achievements because when I see new achievements pop up, I'm like, we have to play this again to get these achievements. I would rather just have it that like stay at 100%.
So I am curious to see what the next DLC will be. I'm wondering if they're going to do another license thing with Konami or if they're going to go elsewhere. I am curious.
Okay, let's play a fun little game here. Dream DLC for Vampire Survivors. What game? Go.
If it's
Final Fantasy.
Konami, Silent Hill.
Okay, doesn't have to be Konami, but I like that. Silent Hill. That could be cool.
You play as Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
You play with everybody.
Yeah. Let me play as Heather.
Yeah, look, there's James. He throws pillows. It's the funniest thing ever.
No, that would
Starting with as a pillow.
That'd be great.
You know, it's possible. I mean, I think Final Fantasy, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I don't know. But I'm a sucker for Final Fantasy in pixelated form. So
Okay, so fine then, Mike. You want Final Fantasy? Pick 4 Final Fantasy main characters. Only main.
Cecil, Terra, Titus, Squall.
Okay.
give me
These
a
are the main
Metroid.
characters.
Give me a
Yeah,
Metroid.
no.
I'm curious to see what they do next because this is the kind of game where like you can put it down and as soon as new achievements pop up, oh, time to go back into it again.
Tell you my dream DLC.
Yes,
That's
please.
possible, theoretically.
Mhm.
They work with Capcom and they make Mega Man a thing.
Oh,
Mega Man Vampire Survivors could work.
that could work.
I would hate that.
You're not a Mega Man fan, are you?
No, I don't like the Mega Man games.
But he's the Blue Bomber.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He doesn't talk.
It's fine. They don't talk in this game either.
I think
Neither does Link, and everybody fucking loves that dude.
Oh man, Zelda would be awesome, but that's never. I couldn't have that because that'd only be on Switch.
Oh yeah, gross. I was trying to say Metroid, but if it would only be on Switch, then forget it.
They wouldn't do it. I mean, I forget what it was. There was some game that wanted to do a Nintendo thing, but they wanted to do it on every console. Nintendo said, "Fuck you."
Fortnite.
Was it Fortnite?
It was Fortnite. Fortnite
Yeah, you're
offered
right.
an obscene amount of money to Nintendo, and they legit told them to fuck off.
That's because Nintendo actively hates their fans.
Yeah, they really do.
They
That's
really
'cause
do.
Nintendo's careful with their stuff, and they don't want to put their characters in situations that they don't like. And, you know, it's their characters. Fuck it. They've earned it. Let them do it. I still have a Switch. I
do
still have all my
too.
Nintendo systems. I can play whatever I want to on them.
I don't have any Nintendo system, but I can play whatever I want from Nintendo.
Look, I do it legally. Point being, like, I feel like Nintendo's earned the right to be picky.
I do it legally because Nintendo's a pain in the ass to do it illegally.
Not really. Just I wouldn't mess with current, but
And
I buy
honestly,
Switch games.
fuck Fortnite anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about Fortnite. I just remember it being a story. That was all. But so we wouldn't get that. I wonder what we'll get next. I mean, the Contra surprised the hell out of me when we got Contra. And the
Yeah.
Contra works. I did play a whole bunch of the Contra level with the Contra characters until I maxed all their achievements, and then I never played Contra again.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Like, man, that level where that little like boss fight that you kind of unlock, where you fight the giant blue skeleton from Contra 3. Oh, my brain went back to 10-year-old Mike, and I was so happy when that first came up. I like Contra 3 a lot. I mean, it's strange. I wasn't expecting Contra DLC, and then the other DLC, well, Among Us is just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Among Us. Is that sus that I'm not a fan? Huh.
I mean, a little bit, but
I
if
think
all you know is memes, then you're not going to have a good time.
I played it once for 5 minutes on my phone. Does that count?
Yeah, seeing it. The way to play
Yeah,
Among Us is with friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say way better with friends.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I think the memes are funny. They're cute little guys. Look at them. They got little legs, they got little hands. They turn to bones when they die. What's not to love?
It just felt out of place. More out of place than Contra does. That's saying something.
I mean, I guess that's fair. They did have the fantasy one. What the hell was that?
Like in
Tides of
Tales.
the Foscari.
That one was good.
Yeah, that was good. I thought that was like their Zelda.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed maxing everything out in that one. It wasn't till I stopped playing when Among Us came out, or some point. I started with Tides, and I stopped playing during Tides, and I didn't come back until sometime during the Contra DLC.
And
I
the Contra
enjoy the
one's
Contra.
fine.
I like that map. I like how they started doing the side-scrolling thing with the boss from Hardcore. I just think that's a really cool map. It has like a city, it has the bridge, it has a lot of Contra stuff, and it doesn't fit with the aesthetic. That is true. That bothered me at first, but like as I was playing the map, I was like, this is a cool map. I like it.
It worked for me. The Contra stuff grew on me after a bit. I mean, the Among Us map is cool. If it didn't have Among Us, it'd be a cool map. That's my take on that.
Yeah, the Among Us stuff, it just even the Contra stuff fits a lot better. The Among Us stuff is like the characters don't fit in. The little like mini versions of the characters are weird following you around. It's just the whole thing is just real strange. That map is like pretty boring because it's just a bunch of rooms in a spaceship, which is like that's the game, but it's not exciting for Vampire Survivors.
Completely fair.
And then you get the Contra or the Castlevania one. And I feel like this one just rewrote the game and made it more popular than it had been up until that point.
Yeah.
This DLC is incredible. Like, this was my game of the year for 2024. I mean, to be fair, it's the only game I played that came out in 2024. But I fell in love with the Castlevania DLC. Like, I'm a longtime Castlevania fan, and to be able to see all these characters, and they went overboard in this.
Yeah, it's very clear that from the beginning of the game that this was a love letter to Castlevania. And then when they got the actual Castlevania IP, they're like, we're going to do this right. And they did Dracula's Castle right. They put every character you could possibly want in there. I can't think of a Castlevania character that I would be like, oh, but they're missing that one. They're all there, from the smallest side character to like, you know, Alucard and Soma. It's just so, if you're a fan of Castlevania, this is the best non-Castlevania thing you could possibly play. It's got the bosses, it's got the characters, it's got Dracula's castle, it's got a Dracula boss fight. It's perfect.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
It's called Vampire Survivors. Do you ever fight a vampire?
Not in the beginning. Or find a vampire in the coffin.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think there's any vampires until the Castlevania stuff came out. Maybe they were waiting for it. Maybe that was the joke. Maybe they were like, we're going to call this Vampire Survivors, but since this is such an obvious Castlevania thing, we're not going to do any vampires until we get actual Castlevania.
I still can't believe Konami played ball and let them do this. But I guess Konami figured out what games are again, because we got a lot of stuff coming from Konami right now.
Yeah, and I just saw a thing that said that a new Castlevania is coming out in 2025.
Shut the fuck up. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll send it to the Discord.
All right. That's exciting. I also feel like this DLC really did bring a lot of love to Castlevania again, too, to like really reignite the series for people. Well, just the fact you have all these characters, and like when the DLC starts off, you see all like pretty much the main character, but once you beat it and you beat Dracula, the amount of characters you get gets insane because it just keeps going.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished it yet. I'm working on it, but it's a lot of characters.
It's
That's the part that sucks. There's so many to choose from.
Yeah, it's frankly a stupid amount of characters, I would say.
A love letter. Like, we're never gonna get a Castlevania All-Stars. I mean, the closest we got was Harmony of Dissonance, which that worked out really good. Or not Harmony. Is it Harmony of Dissonance, the online game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's pretty fun. I
liked it.
Yeah, I
didn't
like
hate-
that. That was fun.
Yeah.
You've got to have friends. That was the hard part for me. Finding people to play with me. Because nobody wanted to by the time I actually bought all the DLC for that game for 360.
Oh, jeez.
Never played it much, but I had all the DLC. It went on sale. I crap. So. Castlevania, I've been a big fan. Like, I don't do enough of it on this podcast. I've done a decent amount, but I haven't finished the series. But I like it. And this game, the ode to Castlevania, is just so fucking cool. Like, and all the sprites in the older Castlevania are like freaking, a lot of them are Castlevania enemies and stuff. Like, they get the flea man. They get so many things from the game in here. And then they really made a way to make their different whips. Because you already had 2 whips in this game, but they bring you so many different kinds of whips. And I'm just like, you guys are awesome.
Oh my god, so many whips.
Yeah, and
I like them though. They're all a little different. Like, I have gotten 5 whips before in the older Castlevania just because. And I'm like, it's awesome.
yeah,
Probably not the best, like, makes sense, but it's awesome.
yeah, and the whips, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because for the most part they're using the same whip in the games, but
They had
But I
to make the
guess-
characters different.
yeah, that's obvious. You have to make them different, but it's like, just give me the vampire killer and, give everybody else a different sub weapon or something.
But you see, you already have so many of the sub weapons in the game because you have the knife, you have the holy water. Like, they already were, taking away everything from this game.
Yeah, you have the Bibles, you have the boomerang,
Yeah.
which is the best Castlevania sub weapon.
Well, like, they had to do something different.
And
But
they
also,
did.
the Castlevania adds like bosses where you step on the little like red thing and then a boss spawns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all I play now when I play this game is just the Castlevania DLC map. I don't play any other map, mainly because I'm still trying to finish the Castlevania stuff. But
Yeah, well, you have to buy a different version of it, and then it forces you to do the rest of it again.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I
Why not?
probably spent $60 on this game, just buying it for people and buying it on different platforms and stuff. And I'm like, it's fine. I've
I
gotten
don't have
more
time, Ken.
enjoyment out of this than a lot of games that I paid $60 for.
And I don't want to play this on mobile.
It
don't-
is on
Not
mobile.
bad.
It's the definition of a toilet game.
Yeah. Well, 30 minutes is a little long, but
Well, when you're starting out, you're not going to do that.
yeah.
I mean, if you were at Joe's job, they'd come with handcuffs if you were gone for 30 minutes, wouldn't they,
Wait
Joe?
until your car gets fixed
Yeah.
or something. It's a good little time killer.
Marvel Snap's my toilet game.
Well, this
Oh.
is, I mean, there is one game pretty much exactly like this that came out before, and it's on Android, and it's called Magic Survivors, and it's not,
Yeah.
that's not even at 1.0 yet, but it's also fun. Like, I like it, but I play a lot of these games and I've never found one, I'll play a lot of some of them and I'm like, I like what they did with this one, but there's nothing, every time I think of it, I'm like, I gotta, one of these has to be better than Vampire Survivors. None of them are better than Vampire Survivors. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is that tickles that part of my brain, but this game is the only thing that tickles that very specific part of my brain.
I've only ever played this and Twilight Survivors, and I've never messed with another one of these type of games. But Twilight didn't hold me. Like, I played it a little bit and I like it, but it's no Vampire.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, and Twilight Survivors looks better. I think it has a better upgrade tree. You upgrade each individual character individually, but it doesn't hold a candle to how fun this one is.
Now, Twilight Survivor is the one with Edward Cullen, right?
Oh,
No, it's big titty anime girls.
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
But it's
So, Colby, since you would know this question, is there a hentai Vampire Survivor style game?
there is. It's called Hentai Survivors, and it's fucking awful.
Oh, by the way, I found that adult game. If you guys were still interested in that,
What game?
Absolutely.
I can't think of the fucking name right now. I'll have to mute myself for a hot second. Hold on.
All right. While he's looking that up, just the way that in the Castlevania DLC, how many of the bosses they worked in from all the different games, and even bosses that weren't sprite form, they turned into sprite form. Like, I really have a soft spot when you take a 3D video game character and turn them into a sprite. That really makes me happy.
yeah, that's a good feeling. And
I really
all
like
the
straightforward.
sprites look so good.
They do.
Like
Mhm.
they really put the time and effort into the sprite work on this. Even the original sprite work that isn't Castlevania based, like it just looks great.
Oh, yeah. At convention, if I ever saw a poster of all this, I would fucking buy it. Like, they're so good.
Oh,
All
word.
the bees and all the cave bodies, like, all the
Cloud
little...
Meadow.
Yeah.
What's Cloud Meadow?
That's the thing that my partner told me to look up.
Oh, okay. It's an adult Vampire Survivors game.
No, it's an adult what's that fucking other game everyone likes where you're a farmer?
Stardew?
Stardew. It's adult Stardew Valley.
Oh,
dear
then forget
God.
it.
Okay.
I don't want to play a Stardew Valley. I don't care if it's got tits in it.
I have never played Stardew Valley yet.
I'm trying.
Boring as shit.
I don't know. I've only ever gotten into one farming type game, and that was Harvest Moon on the GameCube. That was it. That's when I learned mayo was made with eggs. I didn't know it before. I was like, oh.
It's pretty easy to make.
So that's one thing that's always stuck with me about the Harvest Moon GameCube game. I really want to replay that game again someday. Like, actually finish it, because I didn't finish it, because my life was...
Only you had a podcast you could cover it for.
I know. And if only I had a ton of people that would sign up for random-ass games. It's a little bit long, though, that's why it hasn't ended up on the show, by the way. And I forget about it when I'm writing the schedule, but eventually it'll happen.
Also, I think it's really funny. Colby mentioned about how this is like a casino game when there's literally a roulette machine that goes off when you pick up fucking chess. And the best feeling in the world is whenever you get like 5 items at once.
Yeah. And that music. Can we talk about the sounds in this game? I don't know if Mike's playing this with any sort of sound on.
Off and on.
Some of these things, like some of it is too much, but the sound of the 5-item chest and oh man, some of these weapons, like the evolved lightning ring and the evolved phaser. I don't know if you guys are using the phaser. It's a great weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And it also like makes a little melody when it's going off, and it gets faster as you upgrade it, and then it gets like deeper when you evolve it, and it's so good. I love the sound effects in this. The music is good, but the sound effects are like top tier video game sound effect.
I usually turn off the sound, to be honest with you.
I figured you would.
I don't want to hear it.
To be fair, I agree with Mike. It's usually just kind of like I play it like that. I play it in the background while like I have stuff going on. So
Yeah,
same. I just don't.
I don't always have the sound on, but like sometimes it's worth it to play with the sound on just to hear that noise.
You know me. I don't play with sound in general, so I don't need to hear these noises.
Well, you also play at work a lot, but
I don't know what you're talking about there. Crazy talk. Crazy.
God.
This game's not that easy. You can just put down and just have it running in the background? No, not at all. That's one thing wonderful about the Steam Deck. You can hit a power button really fast and things shut off, which is very nice, by the way.
I will freely admit that I have played more than my fair share of this game during meetings at work that I don't want to be in. And it's great for it.
Oh, it is. I have played my fair share while I was waiting for things to happen. And while things are happening to this game.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a game that you could just play. Like, especially when you get to a certain point, it doesn't involve anything. It's just, sometimes just hold down left or hold down right, go up, down. Like, it doesn't involve much. It's so simple. After a while,
I love the future of gaming.
Oh,
I do
don't
too,
get me
mostly.
wrong. I hope this is not the future of gaming.
It's
but
not. It's
I
just
hope
a
it's part of
just one of those small games that blew up and did something that somehow was unique at the time and then got copied by everybody. You know, I don't know what makes Vampire Survivors so special. Like, I don't get it. I had zero interest in it when it first came up. I had no interest in playing this game. I wasn't going to get it. It wasn't until a friend of mine convinced me to get it for $4. Just didn't care. I'm like, I don't care about this shit. This looks dumb. And I love this game.
It's the free endorphins. It's free endorphins.
It's free endorphins.
That's all it is. That's why you like it. That's why I like it. That's why Joe likes it. That's why Ken likes it. That's why Nate kind of likes it. It's free endorphin.
So Nate, is there a platinum trophy for this game?
I don't know. I have it on the Switch.
Oh,
There
so
is
that's
a
why you haven't
platinum-
played it much. Okay.
There is a platinum for it, and it is tied to a very small amount of the game's trophies. For some reason, it's split up into a bunch of different trophy sets, and the only one you need is like the main game trophies to get the platinum. So there's like
that's lovely.
30 trophies that you need to get. It's really easy.
So next time we talk to Nate, he'll have a platinum trophy in Vampire Survivors. I'm not
Like,
wrong,
guys,
am
have
I?
you heard about this Vampire Survivors game? It's pretty good.
I was that way too. When it came to 360 achievements, I remember I was like, if it doesn't have achievements, I don't want to play it. And if it has achievements, I'm going to replay it. I'm going to play it. Like, I remember that, being that guy. Now I just
It's
want to
just
beat
a-
games.
It's just a nice way right now for me where like I save money and I just go back to games and I'm like, oh, I could get the platinum trophy in this. Like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2019.
You gotta
What's that
beat it on
like?
veteran.
I enjoy buying video games and then never playing them for some reason, and I get yelled at by my husband.
Hey, I also do that. Like
I do
buying
that too.
Yeast 10, Yeast 4, Yeast the Oathenfeldgana, and then going, hey, honey, I'm going to play Call of Duty 2019.
I mean, you should have seen how excited I got today when the new Fanatical bundle dropped for $15 with a bunch of random ass games that I will never play, but I didn't own. So the happiness I got by copy and pasting was worth it.
I am so mad about that. I saw it way too late because I was at work, and then I went there and sold out. I was like, fuck.
It is?
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
little kid, big world, little kitty in it.
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't realize it.
Little Kitty Big City is great.
Oh, I see. It's
I'll
out of
never
stock.
know. Yeah, I'll never know because
Oh,
the only way
wow.
to purchase it is in that $15 bundle.
A digital bundle is sold out. That's very stupid.
Well, they have like I think they buy keys from Steam, and then like once they're out of keys for that, because they're build your own bundles, like they'll run out of games. in
Yeah.
some of them.
I don't like those. Also, the good thing about that bundle is I got a bunch of codes for games I already own, so I can give away more codes on the show.
With that bundle, that looks like it was a bunch of ones that were donated by people. It's a bundle benefiting charity.
Yeah.
So I could see where that one would sell out.
But damn, that was fast. I'm glad I didn't sleep on it. I don't like to build your own bundles. I want to just be forced to buy games like in a big bundle. I just prefer that because then I get codes that I might already have, and then I can give away codes for the show. But I'm odd like that. But it's just a weird. I mean, again, that's my also endorphin, but that costs me more money for those endorphins. So I prefer, sometimes vampires are actually playing the games you buy is, a better idea.
You're crazy.
Crazy is how I want to beat 100 games this year and record about them. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Crazy. I was crazy once. I was in the room around.
No, we're not doing that.
I need to play.
Unlocked something that I haven't thought about since high school, which was 100 years ago.
I said we're not doing it.
I was crazy once thing.
Oh, I didn't really Succubus as a playable character in this game.
Oh yeah.
I need to play more.
No, wait, we're talking about Vampire Survivors, aren't we?
Yep.
Succubus is in Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few of these characters still. I need to play more.
Yeah, you should.
Oh yeah, I forgot Walter is a playable character. That great name for a vampire, Walter.
I don't know why I had a sudden moment be like, holy shit, Walter Sullivan's in this, but
Man, if Walter Sullivan was in Vampire Survivors, I would not shut the fuck up.
There's that Silent Hill
my
DLC.
Boy.
So would one map just be a room that you just go in and out of, and the map keeps changing?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that would be so dope.
Oh,
That'd
that
be
would be
sick.
awesome.
Damn it! Now I kind of want a Silent Hill DLC.
Hell
that's
Fuck
what
you
I'm
guys, damn it.
saying.
It's not gonna
Hey,
happen.
Uncle,
But
if you're listening to this, try to get Silent Hill.
I want a Downpour. I liked the map in Downpour. I think that would translate well.
yeah, finally,
I would agree.
We're finally playing that this year.
We are, aren't we? God damn it.
We are.
Downpour is fucking cool. You can shut up if you don't like Downpour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank
Downpour.
you.
Downpour's good.
Wow.
It's been on my list to play.
It's better than Homecoming.
You shut your
High
goddamn
bar there,
fucking
Nate.
mouth.
High bar. Low ass bar. That game was not great.
Yeah, Homecoming is such a weirdly divisive one. Like people who like Homecoming love it, and I don't understand those people.
But you can at least buy Homecoming. Downpour, I thank God have a copy of it.
I gotta hook my PS3 back up.
Same.
I gotta not play Downpour. Ugh.
Yeah, I know I've ranted about retro game prices on this podcast before.
That's fine.
I
We do
like
all the
it.
time.
There was a copy of Downpour, and they wanted like $75 for it for the PlayStation 3, and I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind!" And I enjoy that game, or I liked it when I played it.
Well,
but
it's
I'm like, just because it's not in print anymore doesn't mean you have to be like, it's $75. No, it's like, fuck out of here.
The PlayStation 3 prices are insane. I stocked up on PlayStation 3 games in that nice time in between when nobody cares about them and then when they're retro. I got a shelf full of PlayStation 3 games, and I'm glad I did because, man, those things are stupidly expensive right now for PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah, it upsets me.
Did
Much
you
as I
guys see
like
that?
retro games, I don't.
Did you see that goofy thing about the Piglet game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The what game?
So there was a Piglet game that's honestly as scary as a regular Silent Hill game.
When you say Piglet, are you talking about the little pink guy with
Yes,
poo?
yes, from Winnie the Pooh. Yes, they made a game that was genuinely terrifying, and it's for kids.
But is
And
it genuinely? I didn't watch it, but is it actually genuinely terrifying? Or is that
the
just
music is
TikTok
spooky.
memes?
The music is spooky enough to where it freaks you out because it actually has like kid jump scares, but the music's actually
He's got anxiety.
yeah.
And he has a lot of self-doubt.
Either way, that game was known by no one, and then some like big like VTuber played it because they remember the soundtrack being really good, and then all of a sudden that game went from being $5 on eBay to like $300 on eBay.
Ugh.
Once
PlayStation 2
again,
one?
So what?
The PlayStation 2 one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yar.
What were you gonna say,
once
Ken?
again, the fan base ruins fucking everything.
I'm just saying, if the game is out of print, like that's fine to emulate it. Like
I mean,
if you can't reasonably buy it at a decent price, you know.
Rule of Rose, emulate it. 28 days later, pirate it, and then complain that there's no physical DVD for that.
I still got mine.
You lucky bastard.
I have Blu-rays. I have 2 of them,
Is that that movie's completely out of print?
That movie's
Yep.
completely out of print.
but it is now available digitally.
Oh, that's okay. At least, yeah.
Yeah, but you can buy it digital. I'm saying like if you cannot find it physically, like you have to go secondhand, and it is just absurdly priced. Like
Yeah, no.
no retro video game should cost more than current video game. You know what I mean? Like that's just insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't collect games well, I mean, okay, I collect digital licenses of games now, but I fell off the retro bandwagon a long time ago when it got like I loved it when it was just cheap, grabbing stuff for 360 and PS3, but like that's because it was cheap. I wouldn't be interested now. All right, anything else to say about Vampire Survivors since we got off topic?
It'll never be out of print, and it'll always be $3 or $4, which is a good thing about it.
I wonder when this game will end.
I don't know if it will.
When it stops
Yeah,
making money,
hope it don't.
when people stop buying the DLCs and buying it when a new big update comes out. But even if even when it ends, it's still worth the money. Like if it goes away, like if it ends and goes away and I can't even play it anymore, I would still say that I got way more than my money's worth out of Vampire Survivors.
That's a fair statement.
I spent in 2020.
My theory is that when they decide to stop developing on Vampire Survivors, that's when they're going to unlock mod support.
Oh yeah, this game doesn't have mods, does it yet?
No, but once they decide to stop, that's when it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this game will continue to live forever.
Yep.
And then it'll be one of those, what are those called? The Mugen games where they
Oh yeah.
where they
Mugen.
put all of the like anime and every fighting character game into a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
That would be awesome.
I would love to play Naruto Vampire Survivors.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does sound awesome. And I'm not even a Rule fan.
JoJo's Bizarre Vampire Survivors.
Oh
God damn
my
it, that's a good
God.
one too.
That will never go away on this podcast, will it?
No.
Not until you watch it.
Yeah, you
They
gotta
should
watch
make
it.
that game.
Then we can talk about it and then we'll shut up about it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I
you
don't believe what you just said. That you would shut up. I don't believe that part.
No.
Just
No.
watch the first season.
No, watch the first 3 seasons and then be like, okay, now I'm hooked.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm busy watching Attack on
absolutely.
Titan now. My depressing anime.
Attack on Titan sucked.
Fucking
Attack on
depressing.
Titan's boring.
My favorite thing about Attack on Titan is when it first came out and The Walking Dead was big. The way they got people to watch it was like the anime version of The Walking Dead, and I'm like, oh, they're not wrong. That's the worst
Yeah.
part.
They're not wrong.
I think one of my favorite things about Vampire Survivors
Thank you.
is how it was described at first when it came out. They called it a bullet hell simulator where you're the bullet.
Oh,
And damned if that ain't true.
Yeah.
that's not true.
Oh, no, it's absolutely true.
I've heard this called Bullet Heaven, which I fucking hate. I don't think that describes this genre at all.
No.
I heard the one that I liked was auto shooter survival game.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
An ass game.
Yeah, I love that.
I would call it a Vampire Survivor like.
Enough.
Yeah. But the problem even with like, we have Souls-likes and we have Metroidvanias. And if you're trying to tell somebody about that, they don't know, like if they don't know Metroid and Castlevania, then they're not going to understand what a Metroidvania is. Just like if they don't know what Vampire Survivors is, they're not going to know what a Vampire Survivors like is.
Yeah.
That's why I think auto shooter survival is the best way to describe it, because it tells you what you're getting. It's like I think in Japan, they call Metroidvanias search action games, which I think is a much better title for it than a Metroidvania. Because if you're telling somebody what you're playing, they can understand, like you can understand search action game. You can understand auto shooter survival game. I just think, something a little bit better than like Bullet Heaven doesn't explain what you're doing.
Plus, it expects you to be familiar with bullet hell.
Yeah. And if you're explaining it to somebody who doesn't know what a bullet hell is, they're not going to have any frame of reference. And we're in there. We know what a Metroidvania is. We know what a bullet hell is. But if you're talking to somebody who has like, just like functional knowledge of video games, it would be really hard to explain it to them.
And only certain people of a certain age will understand if you say Robotron.
Yeah, he's right, because I vaguely know what he means by that. So
right, but no, this is
Robotron Survivor.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, go look up Robotron. What is it? Robotron 2084 is the full name.
It's an old Atari game.
Yeah, and it's pretty damn close. Like it's got the feel, but nobody will understand that these days. It's just crazy old man Sanity talking out of his poop chute again.
I like the idea of having different. Oh,
What, Joe?
okay.
Did the edibles kick your ass just now?
Not only did the edibles kick my ass, Vampire Survivor scared me. Anyways,
Did you have enough edibles so they started coming out of the TV?
yeah, you know that part where you're doing Moonflow and then like you have to like all the eyeballs start popping out?
Oh God!
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have had that edible.
Nope.
But was it? I just completely lost my train of thought. This fucking game tried to me. What were we talking about?
We were talking about what else would make a good Survivors game, and now that you brought up Robotron, I think Berserk would be a great Survivor game as well.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, I was gonna say I like how we have different cultural explanations for things, because I like the idea of what is it like we call them Metroidvanians, but they call them something else.
Yeah, the search action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't get over calling it a Metroidvania. I don't like to call them search action games, but it does make much more sense than a Metroidvania does.
How do you feel about Souls-like?
If somebody doesn't have the reference of what a Souls game is, then it doesn't make any sense. But I can't come up with anything better for that.
Hard game that kicks your ass and takes all your experience away when you die.
Yeah,
So it doesn't roll the tongue is the same.
But also if you put the difficulty in there, then you're taking away a lot of what Souls is. Souls isn't just hard. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So when
some copycat developers would think that it's just all about being hard.
Yes, and those are the developers that make the bad Souls-likes, is when they're just concentrating on making them hard.
And see, that's the same thing with Vampire Survivors and the other copy. They're missing the total package. They're just concentrating on one aspect or another of the game. They're not putting everything in the big picture, and the original game is still the best.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've played a lot of Souls-likes, and I've played a lot of Vampire Survivors likes, and nobody can do it as good as the original. And some people get close. You have your Surge 2s, and you have your Lies of P, and you have your God of Weapons, and you have your Halls of Torment. And those are all great games, but they're not, it's not Dark Souls. It's not Bloodborne, and it's not Vampire Survivors.
I treat God of War like a Metroidvania now.
Hey, what if that new Elden Ring game is just a 3D odd battler like Vampire Survivors?
Oh, that would be so awesome. I would shit my pants with joy if the new Elden Ring is a multiplayer auto shooter.
All right. Any last things you guys want to say? I think we're running out of stuff to say about Vampire Survivors.
Exactly.
Good. Honestly, this mini turned into much longer of an episode than I expected.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, you're not wrong.
My bad.
No,
No,
my
I blame
bad.
Colby. It's
I think it's everybody's bad because we all have different touch points on this. We all came at this from a different direction.
Yeah. And it's
Like Vampire Survivor.
Yeah.
whoa, you blew my mind, dude.
Oh, don't do that to the poor high boy. Leave him alone.
I don't know where I am.
You're in
Mike, I think it's
California.
time.
I love nothing more than messing with Joe when he's high.
Oh, and before we go to
Hey, you're finally awake.
Don't do that. That actually freaked me out.
that was the Skyrim joke, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I should maybe play that game someday, huh?
You haven't played Skyrim yet?
No.
That is the
No.
perfect Steam Deck game.
We have to stop this now. We're not going to go into an hour about why Mike needs to play Skyrim.
Okay. Well, I do want to say about Vampire Survivors. I want to say thank you, Ken, for suggesting this game back in early 2023. It only took me over 2 years. So thank you, Ken.
Hey, glad to help.
I'm actually glad you suggested this because it's been sitting on a list of to do for 2 years. So thank you.
And I feel like I've tried to remind you every Spooktober that we need to cover this yet.
Well, you have. Just haven't gotten there yet.
But now we're there.
Yes.
Happy February.
Happy
The spookiest time of the year.
Did this come out? In fact, wait, I don't remember when this comes out. But all right, let's go to Shelf Decker Box, and I'm going to go first. I'm going to put this game in the I love this game. I love everything about this game. Every DLC. This is an amazing game, and I'm so happy that it exists, and I'm happy I was convinced to buy it, and it was the first game I bought from my Steam Deck, and the first game I played on my Steam Deck, and I will keep playing it. So, go on the shelf. So happy to have it. And what about you, Joe?
I will also put this on the shelf. This game's actually fantastic. I'll probably keep playing this for the rest of the night, honestly. Because I just got those things I was been looking for the past, fucking year. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yay.
Bet.
And Nate.
I'm going to put this in the box because I just, I have limited game time and I respect what it does. I just don't think it's for me. And I'm going to put it in the box and I'm going to sell it for $75 if anyone wants my copy.
Your physical copy of Vampire Survivors?
Yes, on the Switch.
God help us. I wish there were physical copies.
It's not physical copies of this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe eventually when the game finishes, Limited Run
Yeah,
will,
probably.
put one out
Yeah, I
10
was
years
gonna
later.
say, seems like a limited run type of thing,
Ugh.
I mean, if they start now, they might have it out by the time the game ends.
No, gracias.
But that's probably what it is. I mean, I guarantee you somebody will put this out physical. They're just waiting for all the DLC and the whole game to be done. That'll probably happen.
Never happened.
And Rob.
Nobody's going to pay $60 or
I'll definitely put this on the shelf. This is a great little pocket game.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Colby.
Yeah, this is a shelf. This is an easy shelf. I'm going to play this game until I can't play this game anymore. This is one of those that I keep going back to, and every time I go back to it, it's just as fun as the last time I went to it, and it's also the type of game that if you don't play it for 6 months and you go back, you're like, oh yeah, it's not like something you have to relearn the controls on and remember what you were doing when you left off. You can just pick this thing up anytime. It is, an easy shelf.
Okay. And Mr. Kenneth.
I find myself shocked and appalled that I agree with Colby. This is an easy shelf for me. I've actually been playing this for a little while we're recording. Currently level 79 with my boy Yada Cavallo. Trying to open up those rerolls on my PS5 run. But, it's a shelf. I own this on PS5, Xbox, Switch, mobile, PC. Everything I could buy it on, I did buy it on. And I am working my way to 100%ing it on every platform. And I'm not tired of it yet. It's wild. But I still keep playing this game.
It's something about it.
I will continue.
Free endorphins.
It is.
Give me them endorphins.
Amazing fucking game.
And God knows I need a little bit of happiness right now because everything sucks.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Everything sucks.
Yep.
Fucking hate
So-
the future.
Yeah, future will be better. Present sucks right now.
Presents
But hey,
but at least we get those free endorphins from Vampire Survivors.
I love you, Vampire Survivor.
I mean, I've even debated to uninstall Facebook. That's how I won't, but that's how bad it's gotten for me. Like,
I did.
I would like to update my bio to be an auto battler against Nazis.
That sounds awesome.
ooh, I like that.
all right, let's go to plugs. And Nate, where can people find you at?
You can find me on TikTok auto battling Nazis and
All right.
posting comedy.
Have you posted any more
Those
yet?
comedies 79. Huh?
Have you posted any more?
No, I have some from like almost like 11 months ago that I need
okay.
to just edit. But, you know, I go on TikTok and then I see stuff and I get depressed.
That's fair. Hey, TikTok still exists as long as you don't try to download it again.
TikTok, thankfully, has been my reliable news source, which is a bad thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Colby.
Anywhere that you find podcasts, you can search up Jack Billings Presents, and you're going to find an escape from reality. It's a scripted comedy podcast that takes place in different realities, and they're all better than the one that we live in. You can also check out This Bizarre Adventure if you are into the show JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where me and my lovely and talented co-host B Highland talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And you can also find me on jackbillingspod.bsky.social
Yep.
for my Blue Sky. That I've actually been enjoying. That is a social media that I feel like I'm going to be on.
Blue Sky's pretty good.
It's okay.
It's not full of Nazis, so it's nice.
Give
Yeah.
it time.
I
And
know.
Rob, where can people find you at?
You can find me at the Windsor Ghostbusters on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
All right. And you will see a link
We're
in the show.
we're a nonprofit Ghostbusters group. We do cons and charities and stuff like that.
Okay.
Pretty cool. You will see a
Yeah.
link to the show notes to everything that everybody just mentioned, so definitely go check that out. If you want to support this show, you can join our Patreon for $1 a month. We have 1 to 2 polls a month, probably 2 going on for a bit. Great way to support the show. Great way to make me smile. You want to make me smile right out there. So definitely go do that. And if you want to help make me smile for free, join our Discord. If you want to be on the show, if you want to chat with us, you want to suggest things, and I will get to it. It might take me 2 years, but I will do it. Join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes of every episode to join the Discord. I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Fury. You can follow her on TikTok and Instagram, and check out A Gamer Looks at 40 of Bill Tucker. You will see a link to to his podcast in the show notes. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only. Hey, I'm on TikTok if you want to scroll videos. And rate and view us wherever you get your podcast. I think it's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace
So-
out.